Welcome everyone to my first video. It's more or less an introduction. As I'm trying to start this up, um, been requested from me to do this quite a bit, so I decided I'll give it a go. Uh, my name is Skitty. Some know me as just King Skitty, or just Skitty Killer. I go by several things. I changed it here over there, but Skitty is always something that stayed with me for a long time, and you know that's what I just will go by. Um, I decided to actually call my channel name the Eternal Skitty, as how the group that I lead is called the Eternals. Also for the Eternal family, mostly meaning that we eternally play with each other, eternally are with each other. Kind of the thought behind it, that's we're here for the long run and not a short one. Um, yeah, I'm part of Kingdom 1394. I'm actually the king of 1394. I've been so for getting over a year and a half now, going over to 2 years that I've been doing this. I would say I've dedicated quite a bunch of time in this, um, trying to do something more different and new that I think a lot of kingdoms don't do anymore in this game. After I took over this kingdom, a lot of stuff happened inside the game that changed the dynamics of how everything works. And I have decided to take a different approach. Still an old approach, you would say. 1394 is still a large kingdom. Maybe I can have a quick showdown here. You see, as we see, there's a lot of power. I know there's a big difference with people how they go about this. I know a lot of people say we're dead weight. Um, I will admit, there's certain accounts who are questionable. But at the end of the day, 2094 has a different policy. And as long as people try their best and do what they have to do, which is our requirements inside KVK, people always find a home with us. And that is something that we still provide. And as you can see, for a we're actually 4 lines kingdom. I can probably notice people saying, well, your fourth and third alliance don't have a lot of KP. I agree. It's something we're working hard on. Our third alliance, ETG, are doing very hard their best on getting it up and running. Our fourth alliance is, you know, you could say their accounts are still working up. So it is getting up there. And I'm quite proud of our first and second alliance for being a high-powered kingdom. But I say it is amazing, truly not. We're not on par with the 1093 with our sec 2 alliances, both probably over a trillion KP. It's definitely not the same, but you know I hope at least during KVKs we can always show enough, even though we're mainly free to play and a mid spender kingdom. We're no heavy whales. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just say that I've more or less started up this YouTube channel because I've been requested to do this for quite a long time. Many of our members in the kingdom have asked me to, quite a few, and you know, it was something I've been contemplating about for over a year, if I should have done it or not. But a lot of times I couldn't figure out how or if I had the time for it, and there's a reason times I've got asked it again and again that I felt like maybe I should just invest some time in it, see how it goes, and see what I can come up with. And I think that's one of the goals is just to see where I can go with this. How far I can make it. What of the things I can show that hasn't been shown before. And I think one of those goals is that I actually want to show more side of the king in this game. Something I feel like hasn't been shown a lot. Um, I see a lot of course, kingdoms just showing off fights, and I'm gonna be showing off our KVKs. I'm gonna show up our fights. Truly am. because I feel like that is still the most important thing of the game. But I think the biggest thing that hasn't been shown is what does a king do? What is the task of a king? You know, what is there everything behind it? You know, you have the leadership team. How does it all work? Diplomacy. I want to try and just shed it more in the light. Um, I know I don't think I can show everything. I think there's a few things that I think even kings prefer to just stick on the background. You know, some things that maybe it shouldn't be on the front lines. And I agree with that. I'm gonna show as much as I can, but I won't show everything. Um, just the most important things. I also probably gonna start a series of certain things that I can explain. I also feel like in this video on the comment section, if you have any questions that you would like to be answered in a view of a king. So if you have a certain question about like, what does a king do for migration, I can show you or I can show and tell you my story about what I do with it. And I feel like that's something that I want to just explain and show that I feel like hasn't been shown before. Same as I think in big portion of diplomacy, what it works, because I think I'm not the only one who've seen it recently a lot, that a lot of diplomacy goes so wrong, and there's so many things that happen inside the diplomacy chat that I feel like has to be shed to light on what's happening, what emotions go through and everything like that. I've had my share deal with certain diplomacy issues. I think, some people might remember me from the 30 Dan stream where I did an interview about my experience with a certain kingdom, and that hasn't gone, it hasn't gone that well. I feel like those things shed the light. Probably doesn't even go about like showing a bad side of a kingdom, but more like what can happen inside a diplomacy. Those are things that I would like to show, and I also feel like if people ask the right questions, I can answer them, just to so that a lot of people take their king for granted, and or at least people should understand there's a lot of time and investment that go into this game for to make it enjoyable for people. Kings invest their times in it, and it has to be some sort of appreciated as well. That's the kind of design I want to show. Um, I also felt like right now I should maybe show a bit what I have to show for. Things that you will see, things that I've worked on for quite a lot of time. Because as you can see, I have spent a lot of time in this game. For some people, you can probably say like, your stats are not that great for being such a long time in the game, and I can agree with that 100%. This isn't good at all. Um, I agree with it. Definitely with this account. This account has been parked in a low seat, just 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 gaining free KP for the longest time. I also used to play this account with someone else, if you know what I mean. Um, so a lot of the KP has been shared, so to say, and it's such things that I feel like I don't think has gonna change on this channel. I am a more of a relaxed player. You won't see you will see the side of like heavy KVKs because 1394 is a low Imperium Kingdom. It will show big KVKs, and you know even though we're mostly low spenders, you will see big KVKs and a lot of show up from people. Um, and I will fight as much as I can also to show, but I will also show the side of just leading. What's it like being a war lead and all that kind of stuff. This account has a lot of stuff. It has a lot of stuff to do. It has a lot of fight in it. Um, and I hope I can show a lot of fighting. But I've noticed as well, I'm not so certain if this is with any other king the same way, but when I'm leading, I feel like I have a lot less time to fight myself. So I hope I can show as much fighting as I can. I will always show the KVKs. Um, but I hope you can understand that sometimes I'm so busy in Discord, leading, getting balls here, getting building, and where I'm just forgetting to fight. Same with this account. This account is actually a bit older than this one. This this account has been quite a filler account most of the time. Um, yeah, it hasn't gotten the most KP. Um, you know, but it is one of my main accounts that I've always used for a long time, and it's a bit older than the other one. I've always pronounced this one as my main, and I will use this as my main. Most of my recording will be from this account off. Also because it's mostly my PC account, and it's easier to stream from my PC, which is something I want to do for the future. Definitely, I definitely want to stream. For some people, I also want to notice like this is also an account of mine. Um, yeah, this is something I've been using as well for a few different things. A lot of my accounts used to be just you know big accounts, heavy accounts. I used to fight from 5 phones at the same time, hence why I've got so many accounts. This is also a lot of the accounts where I just used a lot of the build up on, because back in the day it was really mostly like how many accounts can you how many accounts can you grow, how many accounts can you use to fill. That's why I have so many accounts. I also always ask people like, you have so many low accounts, just like this account. It's high power, it's low KP, you know, and it's just there. It's also just there just to help with the alliances and everything. Um, so I understand people saying, I don't have accounts with great stats. I really do not. Um, but I try my best. I also don't heavily spend in the game anymore. Um, so you also won't see me with a lot of crystal tech. So that's kind of where I'm set. I will show you most things from this account of, and from this account of, because ETW and ETF is our two main alliances, and this is kind of what I want to do. Um, Mostly, yeah, I just want to show things from a different side, I guess. You know, there's many streamers that I watch and I look up onto that always show a big fight part of the kingdom, or of Rise of Kingdoms, to be exact. And I want to show a different side. Um, you know, Fighting will always be part of the game. I will continue to show fighting part of the game, but I'm not a guide content creator. I don't I don't I don't aspire to be one. I'm also not really technical in the game. I'm just a strategic leader. I do a lot of the migration part. Uh, I just do a lot of behind the scenes, and that's just something I want to show. Um, I will always take requests. So if people want to respond to this in the comment section and say, "Hey, this is actually what I want to see," then go ahead and ask. I will always think about it. If there's any ideas of videos they want to see, always ask, and I will go on about it. For now, this is all I have to say. I hope to upload once every week, at least, maybe once every 2 weeks. It really depends on what there is to show. I hope once live streaming is part of the thing, that I can maybe do some live streaming. Maybe get some Arc of Osiris out of the way, just some answers and questions, stuff like that. That's more or less the thing I want to be on a show. So thank you for watching, and I hope you stick around for the next one.